welcome to this Monday, November the 7th edition of the Ringside Report. I am Ryan Young. Tony is out today. His phone's not working, or his battery got fried. That's what he's telling me. I'm not sure if that's exactly what it was. But anywho, it's a Monday. Hope everyone enjoyed the parade. Unfortunately, I did not go. I decided against it. Stayed home and watched it with my dad. Just an amazing experience to be able to see that. And the Cubs, once again, are world champions. It's great. I mean, you can barely remove, you'll have to surgically remove the smile from my face. You saw Saturday Night Live at Anthony Rizzo, Dexter Fowler, and David Ross. Tonight you're going to see Chris Bryant on Jimmy Kimmel. You're going to see Rizzo, Zobrist, and Grandpa Rossi on Fallon tonight. You're going to see Chris Bryant on Ellen tomorrow. So just awesome to be able to see them guys get the national exposure they deserve, and so on and so forth. So I hope everyone else's weekend was as good as mine. Let's start this out by recapping Impact from Friday. From Thursday. Starts off with Brandy coming out and saying, you know what, her husband, he got attacked by Lashley the week before. Then Maria comes out along with Sienna, and Sienna annihilated and attacked Brandy and left her not for dead, but left her attacked. TNA Grand Championship, Aaron Rex defeats Jesse Goddard. Team X Gold, DJ Z, Mandrews, and Braxton Sutter defeats Decay and Rockstar Spud. Also, and the Helms Dynasty, so I got to see local Marche Rocket in there as well. Hardys and the Masked Men cut a promo, eventually lead to the tag team match. Hardys versus the Masked Men, no contest, and of course these guys looking like they're possibly going to try to take over TNA. We'll see if we'll ever find out who these guys are, but they did not get the tag team titles. EC3, Eli Drake do a promo, pretty much leading to a match that's eventually going to happen between these two, and I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be fun to see these two on the mic. They've been tremendously well, and I think these two going down the line are going to be very good. I think if there is any kind of future in TNA, and we'll get to that in a second, I think these two guys have the strong possibility to be the two very big bright spots for TNA. These two have been tremendous. They're on the mic. Eli Drake is a gem, a diamond in the rough for TNA, and I think if they just keep building this up, they're going to do great if they have these two leading there. Main event TNA World Title after Lashley last week earning his title match against beating Moose. He gets it against Eddie Edwards, but Eddie Edwards gets the victory, so that probably takes Bobby Lashley out of the world title picture for a little bit. Now we'll set them up, probably not sure who Eddie Edwards will be facing next, but that puts Lashley probably more to focus on his MMA career, and now focusing more, so not sure what he's going to do there, but I'm not sure who's going to, probably whoever wins between Eli Drake. Eli Drake, don't forget, he's bound for gold, which means he can get a world title match anytime he wants, so I think that's going to be big as well. So that is Impact. Also, other news coming out of the weekend, that Billy Corgan is now out from TNA, which means the guy, I think he was the little hope TNA had left. He was doing very good with the head of booking. He's now gone, and now with him being gone, that leaves Dixie Carter alone and has all the strings. So I think it's going to be tough to see what TNA does from here. I think Dixie she knows how to run a business, but I don't think she knows the wrestling side of it. And I think you need a lot of that to be able to run a company, and it just has not worked out for Dixie Carter. We'll see if that'll continue. Hopefully, they'll work out something, but I'm not sure. TNA, and they lost their UK deal. So just a lot of stuff not looking good right now for TNA. And we'll see how, I've defended them for years, but it's getting bad there in TNA. I believe Dixie Carter, or TNA, owes Billy Corgan $1.2 million. So we'll see if they'll be able to do that. So that is Impact. Them are some of the headlines from TNA. Nothing really positive at this point. We'll see what happens. We're taking time out here on the Ringside Report. When we come back, we're going to preview Raw for tonight. We're getting closer to Survivor Series. That's next on the Ringside Report. Welcome back here to the Ringside Report for this Monday. Like I said, hope everyone had a great weekend. Still recovering off the Cubs World Series. I still am. This week, get a little bit more to enjoy, and then of course it's pretty much back to reality today. But still had a fun weekend to celebrate. I didn't do anything, but I still watch, still enjoying. Okay, let's preview Smackdown for tonight, or Raw for tonight, and of course some of the big fallout coming up for Bill Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. This will take place less than 2 weeks away. from the Air Canada Centre in Toronto, Ontario. This is going to be big for him. I think this is going to be a big match. A lot of people thinking, oh, because Bill Goldberg tripped up when he did the spear or the jackhammer to Rusev. I think he's going to get a chance. And I mean, everyone makes mistakes. It was his first time. So I think right now you just got to just go with the flow. I think he's going to be fine. He's going to do good. So I think right now, nothing to worry about. I think he's going to show. I think he's going to try to make this match. Because again, don't forget, folks, WrestleMania 20, both them guys were leaving after that match. They didn't care what happened. They didn't care if the match was A, quality or not. So I think that's a good reason. So I think maybe now you got two guys that are making a nice chunk of change for what they're doing, putting on a show on one of their biggest shows of the year. I think it's under different circumstances now. I think you're going to see a very good match between Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg. So I think this is going to be a fun match. And I think now the hype, of course, they don't want to have these two guys together in the same ring, possibly till Survivor Series. But you got to think maybe next week on Raw you'll get a chance to see these two together. And if you get a chance to see them together, it'll be interesting to see if there's any kind of physical contact, or are they going to save all that for Survivor Series? Now you look at Paul Heyman's aspect of it. He got speared last week on Raw by Goldberg. So you got to think if Goldberg's back this week, which I have not heard, or who's going to be there and who's not going to be there. But I think this is going to be, is he going to come back? I mean, can Paul Heyman recover after a week from the spear? We'll have to find out and see how that goes. But I think right now, not sure what you're really going to expect from this week on Raw. Not sure if Goldberg's going to be there 2 weeks in a row. Paul Heyman hurt. Possibly Brock Lesnar will be in the house. We'll see what happens. And of course, Raw coming up. And again, they are out of the country for Raw and SmackDown. I know they're somewhere for SmackDown, but they might be the same place for Raw. I can't think of Scotland, is it? Not sure. This is where Tony usually answers my questions, and Tony's not here today. Also, the Universal Championship, kind of in like what's going to happen next. You can see kind of the bitterness and the going back and forth right now with Kevin Owens and Chris Jericho. Of course, they are best friends. So now we got to see, are these two going to be staying best friends? Of course, Seth Rollins is a Universal Champion. It don't look like you're going to see many titles on the line and defended at Survivor Series. So I think the titles are kind of put on hold until we get towards TLC and Roadblock, which will be the final two pay-per-views of 2016. So I think right here you got to look at, is Jericho and Owens going to turn on each other? Now they are team, and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and I believe Braun Strowman are part of Team Raw for Survivor Series. So who are you going to see? Are you going to see a double cross? Again, don't forget, 2 members of the Shield. That's how Raw ended last week. You saw the 2 members of the Shield rescuing Jericho. And all these guys got to work together now, because these guys are going to be partners to try to defend their brand of Raw. So I think that's going to be, I think you're going to still see, the list has been great. It's been classic. You don't want to overuse it, but I think fans are loving it right now, so let's see if they just keep going with that. I think they should be okay. So, Raw, that is tonight from, I'm going to say it's from Scotland, because I'm guessing SmackDown is too. So that's going to be fun. So look forward to that. That is Raw tonight. I don't think it's live because I'm not sure what the time difference is, so we'll see what happens. But that is Raw tonight as we get closer, less than 2 weeks away from Survivor Series. Take a final time out here on the Ringside Report. When we come back, time to preview SmackDown for tomorrow. We have a Women's Championship match to talk about. That's next on the Ringside Report. We are back here on the Ringside Report. Time to preview SmackDown for tomorrow night. Of course, they'll be back in Scotland, I believe. Big match has been announced, kind of been in the making. Of course, Tuesday night going to be a big night anyway. The presidential election takes place on Tuesday. Make sure you guys go out and vote. Even though this year it's a little harder to figure out who you are going to vote for. Can't believe the next time the Ringside Report has a show on Wednesday, we'll have a new president, and we will not exactly know who it is at that point because we record on Tuesdays afternoons. So Friday's show we'll have the official to know who our president is. But it's crazy. It's been 8 years of President Barack Obama, and now we'll either have Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. Donald Trump in the WWE Hall of Fame, so maybe some wrestling fans like Donald Trump, even though probably not a lot of the things he's been saying. But anyway, back to SmackDown. Of course, you got the women's title match. You're going to see Becky Lynch go up against Alexa Bliss. I'm a big fan of Alexa Bliss. I think she's got the talent. She's got that arrogance. She's meant to be a heel. I think she's done a tremendous job. She did a great job as a manager of Wesley and Blake, and I think or Blake and Murphy. So I think she has a great opportunity to do very good things in the singles wrestling women's division on SmackDown. So I think this is going to be a good opportunity for her. I don't think she's going to win the title. It'd be a great heel move to have her win the title in Becky Lynch's hometown. So I think that would be tremendously big. But do I think WWE is going to have the cojones to do that? I don't think so. And also another women's division match, or women's division rivalry we're seeing is Carmella and Nikki Bella. I think this is great, giving a chance for Carmella to kind of build as a singles wrestler, because all a lot of people really remember her for is being the sidekick to Enzo and Cass. And Enzo and Cass are doing great on Raw. Now Carmella getting a chance to be herself, and she's getting a chance to be a heel. And against Nikki Bella, who's like the John Cena of the women's division, is really going to build her up in the long run. So I think a tremendous job by WWE doing how they're doing it. They're doing kind of back and forth, and I love how Carmella said, and they're making it real, because Carmella's like, okay, you're only here because you're with John Cena, and I think that was perfect. It really adds reality to the storyline. I think that's great, and I'm looking forward to see where that storyline, and possibly the winner of that storyline is going to face the winner of the Becky Lynch-Alexa Bliss match somewhere down the line, and of course it will be a women's Survivor Series match next, of course, less than 2 weeks away at Survivor Series. Also the tag team division going hot as well, as you're getting a chance to see your tag team champions, Rhino and Heath Slater, but of course there's guys on their tail. You got two very talented guys. You got some tag teams. You got American Alpha, and I think you got the Usos, who are really going to try to win them tag team titles. Now I think they're, again, all the titles are put on the side right now because of the teams getting ready for SmackDown. You got Slater and Rhino being the lead guys. The Usos are also in there, American Alpha. So I think I like SmackDown has a much better tag team division, and the way they book it is much better also. So I think SmackDown has the edge there. And also you got the world title. It's been announced at a TLC on December the 1st. I want to say it's December the 8th. I could be extremely wrong. It'll be December the 4th. At TLC, in a TLC match, AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose. That should be a tremendous matchup. Get a chance to see that. I want to see, I mean, we've seen AJ Styles in ladder matches, but this will be his first opportunity to be in a TLC match. Can't believe he's already going to be in WWE for a year now, and that should be exciting to see how he handles that. And of course, the winner of that match will be going in to the road to WrestleMania as the WWE champion. And I like AJ Styles. Apparently, he's built to be going through to Orlando, which of course Ringside Report will have their 3rd year in a row of covering WrestleMania from WrestleMania. I'm looking forward to that as well. Me and Tony will be there live, or not. Well, we could be live. But we'll be in Orlando for a week, almost a week this year. So we got some exciting news to come out of that as well. So that is SmackDown. That is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on USA. For the first time I get to enjoy it. I've been worried about the World Series all this time. Can finally get back to worrying about wrestling and Bulls Blackhawks for my radio show. Of course, Radio City Sports Talk on Spreaker. So a lot of exciting stuff coming your way. Follow it, of course, at Ringside_Rep. Everyone have a great rest of the week, or at least till Wednesday. Me and Tony, hopefully Tony will be here Wednesday. We'll be recapping Raw, previewing Ring of Honor, NXT, and Impact. I'm Ryan Jensen. Thank you for watching the Ringside Report, your front row seat to all things wrestling.